Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Naruto Explain here, bringing you guys another Boruto 2 Blue Vortex discussion. Today, I want to talk to you guys about why Boruto's loyalty to Kawaki both needs to be applauded by fans, but also why Kawaki's undeserving of Boruto's loyalty to him, but not for the reason you might think. That's why in today's newest Naruto Explain video, we're going to unravel the beauty and the back and forth of the relationship of Boruto and Kawaki, and how Boruto's loyalty to him in this chapter was both beautiful as well enough to make you pound your head up against the wall. And as a reminder, the chapter review did come out a little bit late, so make sure to check that out if you've not seen it already. From the moment that Omnipotence was casted, it sent shockwaves in the entire fandom. People, they switched up on Kawaki at the drop of the hat, and even some of the biggest Boruto haters, they are now going, hold on a second, let me see what Boruto's cooking right now. The people who love Kawaki, they now hated him, and the people who hated Boruto, they're now falling in love with him. It was almost as if Ada's omnipotence, it broke the fourth wall and affected all the fans in the fandom. During that time, there were two schools of thought. Some took the opportunity, like I did, to meme the situation, say Boruto is a better man than me because it would have been on sight as soon as I saw Kawaki. But then there were some of those who quite literally came to the conclusion I'm about to share to you. They said, I don't know how I should feel about Kawaki. It's so hard to root for him right now. Others, they took it a step further and they're openly calling for Boruto to kill Kawaki. It's something that even Shikamaru came to the conclusion in the manga after he heard everything that Boruto said, and he laid it out to me. He said, wait a second, so you mean to tell me that this guy, he did all this stuff? All right, hold on, fam. Here's his address. When you pull up, I'll make sure the Anbu Black Ops ain't nowhere nearby. Go ahead and handle your business, fam. Make sure you throw that kunai with the silver duct tape around the handle over into the river when you're done. Benefits of being the Hokage, fam. Take advantage of them. However, in this current chapter, Boruto, he doubled down on the fact that he told Shikamaru and Sasuke that he didn't want none of that to happen, whereas both of them would have been quick to choose violence, which, hey, I love them for it. Boruto said this was going to be a dispute between brothers, and he wasn't going to allow it to end with brother killing brother. Everyone say boo to Boruto. He would beat some sense into Kawaki. He talked some sense into him. He beat some more sense into him again because Kawaki's hard-headed and needs to hear something twice. And then he beat him again for Boruto having to beat him a second time. And then he talked to him again till he finally unsealed his parents. Sasuke, he cracked a smile at this whole thing because it reminded him of how adamant Naruto was with Sasuke. When the whole world wanted Sasuke dead, Naruto was out there doubling down, and he said, Sasuke's my brother and I take full responsibility for him, and I'm gonna save this whole thing. Now somebody get me a crayon to eat. Like father, like son, Boruto, he's taking the exact same approach as Kawaki. Boruto, he had the chance to snitch on Kawaki and say everything in that moment. He could have said, I'm telling. It was more people who thought that he was gonna make that move. A lot of people, including Damon, thought he was gonna do it. Whereas the whole vibe was, what do you mean he didn't snitch on Kawaki? What's wrong with this guy? Damon wants to see chaos, and I love the guy for it, but Boruto, he didn't take the easy route here. He refused to snitch on Kawaki because he's dead set on protecting his brother Kawaki from harm and solving things himself. It's a very admirable decision, and it's a respectful one. And again, if it were me, I would never do it. You can hear my voice. I would never do it. I'd refuse to piss on the guy if he was being set on fire. If anything, I'd laugh at him. I pour gasoline on him to speed up the process, and I use the flames that were burning to light a cigarette. And I don't even smoke, but I make an exception to smoke in that one instance to celebrate. However, that's exactly why you do it. While it is very easy to say that Boruto is misplaced in his refusal to turn on Kawaki, it is worth noting that this is exactly why Boruto has to take the higher road here. While Boruto, it does make sense that it uses more subtle writing than Naruto, which by Kishimoto's former editor's own words, Yahigi, Naruto as a series goes out of its way to spoon feed the information, right in a very linear fashion, and not to take the more subtle approach that manga traditionally take, which is what you see with the other contemporaries in the big three. So Bleach and One Piece, they took that subtle approach. While Boruto is closer to those series and how it chooses not to spoon feed, it does still at times continue that trend that Naruto had of spoon feeding the reasoning and the logic behind the choices and the battles, making them very linear, because it still has some of those tendencies that you see with traditional gateway shonen. Boruto is just that type of character that is meant to show the ideal side of what the human experience is. Suffering builds character. Strong character builds someone like Boruto who can understand Kawaki's suffering and the why behind it, instead of just killing the guy like a normal human would do when they would make an emotional decision. Boruto and those character types, they are meant to do the opposite. Give those boys some halos. They aren't supposed to be perfect per se, but they are meant to at some point understand their own emotions and know that they need to be kept in check, because emotional decisions, they remove logic. When you remove logic, you remove the ability to reason. When you remove the ability to reason, you lose the ability to either sympathize with a character or empathize with a character. Boruto, had this been a 12-year-old Boruto prior to omnipotence, he would have been throwing hands, feet, Rasengan, and even Konohamaru's dignity at Kawaki because of what he'd done. We literally saw Boruto and Kawaki get into a whole taijutsu battle over a pissing contest, to a point where Naruto couldn't even take a poop without having to break their fighting up. That Boruto, he would have acted off of emotion, and he would have thought about his decisions after the fact, which is why Ada was so shocked at how Boruto managed to mature in his response to hearing about omnipotence. Boruto has been able to sympathize with Kawaki's character, and he's been able to empathize with his character. He's been able to go, dude, I feel so bad for the messed up situation you're in, and take the everything's gonna be okay cliche response that someone says in that situation. However, he is also now able to look at Kawaki and say, man, I don't just feel bad for you. I understand exactly what you're going through because I've lived it myself, and dude, this totally sucks. I'm not gonna tell you it's gonna get better, because I have moments where I think to myself, I don't even know if things are gonna get better. But yeah, you're gonna catch these hands, and then we're gonna talk about it after. And then if you gotta catch the hands again, you're just gonna catch some hands. Equal rights get equal lefts. Boruto has to be the character who reaches out to Kawaki, because he knows now everything that Kawaki felt, and he has a reason, every reason to hate him, but he has to be written as the generic shonen main character who understands two wrongs don't make a right. Whereas someone like me is petty enough and stubborn enough at times to say, hey, if we keep making some left turns, we're eventually gonna make a goddamn right at some point. But Boruto has to be written to show us an example of what an ideal human being is supposed to be able to do, which that is to understand. And it's because they understand they can forgive their transgressors. He's the type who, when you cut that one cheek, he turns the other cheek. Whereas someone like me, that the story's trying to teach this lesson to, we're liable to say, hey, you cut this one cheek, but if you try to cut the other one strike and you're out. You punch, I shoot. There is no get the knife. There is no we throwing hands. I'm getting the gun and shooting. Boruto, he suffered pain. Just as Naruto suffered pain, and just as Naruto was able to reach Sasuke, Boruto's going to be able to reach Kawaki. It's the ideal message on the human experience. You want to be like Boruto. You don't want to be like me. You shoot, I bomb. You bomb, I nuke. Our suffering and our enduring, it allows us to understand others and to connect with them. However, that brings us to Kawaki. Does he deserve the love that Boruto's trying to give to him? I've asked this question in passing before. Do you think that Kawaki's crossed the line where he can't be forgiven, or has he walked the line like a fine tightrope in the way that Sasuke did? I think what the story's trying to present to us is that Kawaki, the fact is that while he doesn't deserve the love and the loyalty that Boruto's given and shown to him, he also hasn't been disqualified from it either. Allow me to explain what I mean, because I know some of you guys may be going, wait a second, that don't make no sense. How can you not deserve something but not be disqualified from it? So in life, there are gonna be times where you don't always get what you deserve. We've all heard that before. We've all lived it at some point. There might be a job that you work where you put in the work, and you might even be more knowledgeable in the field than your boss is. So you might think, hey, I deserve that position, but you never get it. On the other hand, you might be in a position of privilege where you get benefits of the doubt, or you get doors open up that you get to walk through, and you might go, man, I don't deserve to be in this spot here, but hey, I might as well continue to make the most out of it. No point in complaining about having an opportunity that others would kill for. Those are just human facts of life. With Kawaki, he doesn't deserve Boruto's loyalty or love. But there are times where we are given things that we didn't earn or deserve. That's just a fact of life. Again, it's a cruel fact of life. In fact, I'd even say with Kawaki, because of the fact that he's gone so long without knowing what true love is and how badly he messed up from receiving the love that Naruto tried to give to him. Boruto, as Naruto's firstborn son, he is obligated to be the one who teaches Kawaki what love is and how to properly receive it, because as Ada said, Kawaki still views Boruto as a brother. As a brother, he has to save him from himself, and the only way he can truly teach Kawaki what love is to try to reach him with his fist. But it won't be until Boruto's endured everything that he's done that Boruto will be able to truly get to a point where his fist can finally reach Kawaki in that regard. The story is setting us up for that moment. It makes me want to puke, but I can see that going. Even Kawaki, he looks shocked that Boruto refused to snitch on him and endured all that punishment for him. We're getting ready to see Kawaki push further down, and Boruto is making it known he's gonna go down into that darkness to get him. But for as deep into the darkness as Kawaki tries to escape to, Boruto's gonna be that good soldier. He's gonna give chase until they both hit rock bottom, and Kawaki's too tired to fight him back, and they're gonna slowly climb back up to the surface. He's going to be a while before we can get to that point with Boruto's character. I let the guy sink faster than some of you guys can click on the Boruto chapter review, so watch that if you haven't already, or click here for this anime explain video. And remember those magic words: send you DNA is love, send you DNA is life.